A fragile hope emerged as the Middle East took a tentative step towards peace on Saturday, February 22, 2025. Hamas, the militant group controlling Gaza, released 6 hostages. This release was part of a fragile ceasefire agreement with Israel. The deal, brokered by international mediators, aimed to end months of violence. The exchange marked the completion of the first phase of the agreement. Hopes are high for a lasting peace. However, the road ahead is uncertain. The conflict, sparked by the October 7, 2023 attacks, claimed thousands of lives. The attacks, initiated by Hamas, saw the abduction of over 250 people. The ensuing Israeli military operation in Gaza resulted in widespread destruction and death. This first phase of the ceasefire deal focuses on the exchange of hostages. The second phase promises to be even more complex. It involves negotiations for a lasting ceasefire. Israel's complete withdrawal from Gaza is also on the table. The international community is watching closely, hoping for a breakthrough. Only time will tell if this fragile ceasefire can pave the way for a lasting peace in the region. The release of the 6 hostages was met with relief and joy in Israel. Families who had endured months of agonizing uncertainty were reunited with their loved ones. Among those freed were Omer Wenkert, Omer Shemtov, and Elia Cohen. These young Israelis were abducted from a music festival near the Gaza border on October 7, 2023. Another hostage, whose name remains undisclosed, was also reunited with his family. 2 other hostages, Avram Mengistu and Hisham al-Sayed, were also released. Mengistu, an Israeli citizen, crossed into Gaza voluntarily a decade ago. Al-Sayed, a Bedouin Israeli diagnosed with schizophrenia, wandered into Gaza in 2015. The return of the hostages was a moment of national celebration. While the release of the hostages was universally welcomed, the manner in which it was carried out sparked controversy. 5 of the 6 releases were staged events orchestrated by Hamas. Masked and armed militants were present as the hostages were handed over to international mediators. Critics, including the United Nations and the Red Cross, denounced the events as cruel and exploitative. They argued that parading the hostages in front of cameras, surrounded by armed men, was a form of psychological manipulation. The Israeli government condemned the staged releases as propaganda stunts. They accused Hamas of using the hostages as pawns in a cynical game. The events fueled anger and resentment in Israel, further complicating the already delicate peace process. The international community has urged all parties to prioritize the well-being of the hostages. The hostage release, while significant, is just the first step on a long and uncertain road to peace. The second phase of the ceasefire negotiations promises to be even more challenging. It will require both sides to confront complex issues and make difficult compromises. The most contentious issue is the fate of the remaining hostages. Hamas is demanding the release of hundreds of Palestinian prisoners held in Israeli jails. Israel, wary of releasing individuals who could pose a security threat, is hesitant to meet this demand. Another major obstacle is the issue of Gaza's future. Hamas seeks an end to the Israeli blockade, which has crippled the territory's economy. Israel, citing security concerns, is reluctant to lift the blockade completely. The road to peace is fraught with obstacles. However, the recent hostage release offers a glimmer of hope. The international community must seize this opportunity to push for a just and lasting peace.